All right, Tesla's been ripping. It's at 4:55. You can see it on screen. I'm screen recording my phone. And what we're going to do today is look at some edge cases for FSD. People are wondering if FSD's progression is baked into this run that's happened post-election. I've been looking for edge cases visually on X recently, finding everything that I can, showing it to everyone. I'm finding great stuff and I'm finding some bad stuff still, even though a lot of people are calling that FSD is perfect. Let's take a look at what I found. Here's the first clip. V13 runs a red light here on a left turn that requires a green arrow. This is similar to Tesla FSD's problem where it doesn't stop on red lights for right turns. It's always ran those. It's a little worse of a mistake for left turns. But guys, like I said, I'm scouring the internet for these clips. There's hundreds of thousands of beta testers, keep this in mind. And I'm only finding 1 or 2 mistakes a day. Just keep that in mind as we watch this. Here's a really human-like right turn from V13.2.2. You guys will see here that the yellow light actually comes while the Tesla is still very far away from the intersection, and FSD is still able to make the right turn legally. Very impressive there. Here's one I found about an hour ago where FSD drives into the oncoming lane on a left turn. This is one of those things where you can't dispute it. This is a bad mistake. But at the same time, if there was cars in that lane, FSD obviously wouldn't drive into someone's car. Honestly, when there's traffic, I think FSD performs better because the other cars on the road act as guidelines for the camera system. In the case where the roads are empty, things are a little more difficult for FSD. And you guys are going to see this theme recurring as we continue to look through these clips. Here we get FSD making space for a little puppy on the road. Don't know what that little puppy's doing out here. Don't know where this is, but it's nice to see FSD detecting small objects. Okay, here's a really interesting clip. I've captioned it as Tesla FSD dodges a collision, but what happens is somebody commented that the blue line on the screen actually goes away when the human grabs the wheel, which suggests that he disengaged. But all I see his hands do is honk the horn. So I'm not really sure what happened here. Regardless, if this was FSD, it handled it really well. There's a car that's very close on the right, which you can't hit, but you also got to dodge the car that's about to hit you. And you can see that it's going to hit the car on the visualization on the screen. So really nice from FSD here. Here's another case where there being no cars on the road doesn't help FSD. There's 2 right turn lanes here, and FSD V13 turns into the wrong one. Of course, if there was another car turning right on the right side of this vehicle, it wouldn't have done this. It's not a huge deal, but these are little mistakes that I'm posting to create awareness for Tesla to improve on. And here we have a flashing yellow light on left turns. This guy has a green light and he's going right through it with FSD engaged. Suddenly this guy pulls out right in front of him and he's about to T-bone him, but FSD hits the brakes. This one's actually crazy. This piece of cardboard flies out of the back of this pickup truck and FSD dodges it. And here's where Teslas save lives. A car just rips through a red light here. Some lunatic. Tesla FSD stops on a dime and saves a family of 4 who was in the car. Tesla FSD is going to save a lot of lives. I'm showing you the mistakes today, but as a society, it's our job to continue to progress towards 99.9% efficacy to continue to save lives, as shown in this example here. And I asked some of my followers, because I saw this video from Spencer showcasing how Tesla still struggles to read signs. It wasn't able to read this do not enter sign, and Tesla tried to go into this road. So I asked my followers, is reading signs the most important problem for V13 to tackle right now? Some people agreed. Some people thought that map data is the worst part. People are speculating, Tesla needs to take this into their own hands, navigation. But yeah, an LLM can read a PDF. So I have no doubt that FSD will be able to read signs very shortly. So this video that I posted yesterday has been being distributed widely. It has 370,000 views. And what happens here is very strange. I don't know what is going on with this road. You can see that the Tesla gets into the left lane, but then that left lane completely ends and it becomes an oncoming lane. But then the problem is that the vehicle actually stays in this lane and doesn't detect that it's made a mistake. And going back to that theme I brought up earlier, there's no cars on the road. So like it doesn't have the guidelines, because I think it does rely on other cars, and I think it struggles to read the lines on the road because it's under the car. The cameras don't see down there, but they should. They should at least see forward where you can see the lines. But this supervisor skeptic electric, she, I believe she's a she. The reason she doesn't disengage here to send the footage to Tesla is because she's already noticed this problem, and she actually waited until there was no traffic to showcase it and demonstrate it. So thanks, shout out to her. Okay, so this is funny. Yesterday, I saw 3 clips of possums getting saved by FSD. 3 clips. And so I posted this one, and Elon's mom liked it, and so did Tesla's actual page, which it's just an awesome clip. This possum, it reminds me of that commercial of the beaver where the driver hits the brakes and it saves the beaver's life, and then 10 years later the driver comes back and the bridge is falling down, but the beaver builds a dam and stops the car so the beaver essentially saves his life in return. This possum will never forget this. And going back, like, okay, Tesla has struggled seeing the double yellow lines on the road, but it doesn't have problems seeing this tiny possum and stopping for it. It's like, it's all going to work out. Elon's mom also liked this post where the light turns green, but FSD isn't moving forward. So the driver is like, what is going on? Out of nowhere comes this guy just running across the intersection when he shouldn't be. So this one's doing really well too. It's another example of how you have 8 cameras pointing in every direction. The car can just see more than we can with our own 2 eyes. This clip is crazy. This deer just runs out on the highway, and FSD did as good of a job as it could have. What do you do in this case? It happens so fast. You can see FSD sort of swerve to the left and swerve back to the right. Maybe it misjudged how fast this deer was running, but the deer didn't go through the windshield. You didn't cause an accident. What more can you ask? Also, there's a channel I want to shout out called Edge Case. They make really good videos that basically challenge FSD. And in this video, they throw a ball out in front of the street to see if FSD would slow down for it, because humans usually associate a ball that's bouncing across the road with a child coming after it. And what was interesting was FSD did not slow down for the ball. It sees the ball, but it calculates that it's going to miss the car, so it keeps driving. It doesn't associate that a child's probably going to come after the ball, which is a problem, and it needs to be addressed. And here's some more object detection, a box in the street. It shows up on the visualization. Tesla's doing really good at that. Yet somehow it still manages to hit every pothole on the road. And here's a little side quest within this video. Here's a factory worker who is doing a job that Optimus could already do. And here's my last video I'm going to show you guys. It's my absolute favorite one. I actually do this all the time. It's called the Miami. You want to get all the way to the far side of the lane, so the FSD literally goes in between 2 cars to get where it needs to go. It needs to make a left turn at this intersection, and it gets there aggressively. This is literally a human move. This blew everyone's mind. That is crazy. Forget all the mistakes. FSD can do that. That's cool. So yeah, guys, that was just a quick video. Showed you what I've been doing on X lately. The reason I'm committed more to X right now is because I am a high school teacher, and I find I can manage a following on X much easier than I can manage YouTube creation right now. It is Christmas break, so I've got a little break on my hands, which is super nice. But I know 30% of you are not on X because I ran a survey a few months back. But consider joining and consider giving me a follow, because I am just scouring for FSD edge cases like this, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll try to make one of these videos as often as I can. And yeah, good to hear from you guys. Good to see you. And Merry Christmas.